From VTV Channel 6 Studios in downtown Vernal, this is Local Point with your host, Chris Piner.
Hey there, everybody, and welcome to Local Point, brought to you by Strata Networks. I'm your host, David Gale, in for Chris Piner today. On today's show, we welcome to the studio Bobby Oosthuizen from Vernal CrossFit, here to talk about the Neon Nights 5K run and the youth barbell team right here in Vernal, in case you didn't know that there is an actual barbell team, but it's fairly new, at least to my knowledge. How long has the Vernal youth barbell team been around?
As an official team, we've only been around for about 2 months.
Okay.
But Vernal CrossFit's been open for about 2 years, and over the course of 2 years, we've been Olympic lifting just really quietly. And as our kids have got better, we've had to establish an actual Olympic lifting club.
Okay.
So that they can, because we had 5 qualified to go to the world champ or the Junior Olympic Championships in Daytona Beach, Florida. Yeah,
in Florida.
They're just like the regular Olympics. They're every 4 years, except for it's just for 18 and under. And when we started having so many kids get to be so good, we wanted to have an official organization or an official location where they could do their lifts and qualify.
So let's back up a little bit. You had kids who were part of the CrossFit family.
Yes.
And they were doing Olympic lifting and they were getting really good at it, and then you were like, you know what, that we have to have an official group for this kid. So that's how that came to
Yeah, well, they've been doing it the whole time.
Okay.
You know, just like the adults do. They've been doing it on the sides and stuff. But we had one of our coaches who's really great with teaching kids. She decided to start a little club of just the youth kids that they would go and lift, and that would kind of be their forte. Well, when they started to get to be ridiculously good, you know, now all of a sudden we wanted it to be little kids really like putting weight above their heads. And so
really?
it just makes it fun for them to do, and you know, they catch on really well. They work really hard, and so we wanted an official place for them to go. Okay,
so how does a kid in Vernal get really good at Olympic style lifting? Is it the coaching? Is it because we breed tough kids in Vernal? What is it?
I'm sure it's both.
Okay.
No, well, it starts with dedication, really. That, you know, Ethan Brown, who is one of the kids that's qualified to go to the Junior Olympics in Florida, he was our athlete of the month over a year ago, and you know, he's been coming in 5 or 6 days a week for a year and a half. You know, these kids have been coming for 2 years since we've been open, pretty much, and so it's not like they just woke up today and like, hey, we're awesome. It was they've worked their butts off to get where they are, and you know, they do Vernal really proud, and we don't even know about them.
So now, from what I understand, if I remember the story right, there was some sort of preliminary competition that they had to go to in order to qualify for the big one?
Oh yeah. Well, there's a lot of Olympic lifting competitions around.
Okay.
Utah probably doesn't have as many as you know, bigger states with more crowd, but they have to go to a competition in Salt Lake, and we had one in Heber and stuff like that. You know, they went out as Vernal Barbell. They represented Uintah High School.
Okay.
And Uintah High School is the state championship. So, you know, we have enough kids from just our little group to go to make the Uintah Basin actually a big powerhouse in weightlifting.
Were you expecting to see the results that you did?
Oh, I think the first time we went out, and you know, Connor, who's a state championship and 3-time record holder, you know, Connor Brown, when we went out the first time, you know, he did so good that it's not that we were caught off guard. You know, Daisha Jackson, who's the main youth Olympic coach, she had been running the numbers a little bit, and you know, we knew they were good, but then we go out and they blow these kids out of the water, and
really?
And you see Connor go out and he stands on the top of the podium every time, and it's amazing to see how good they are, and it makes me proud.
Yeah, you should be. That's awesome. Okay, so you had 5 kids who qualify.
Yep.
What happens next? Where are we at in the process?
Well, right now we're in the fundraising process, and we're starting to run out of time. The Junior the Junior Olympic Championship are on June 11th through the 16th.
Okay.
And so we're starting to run out of time. So we've been trying to raise as much money as we can for these kids to
and
go.
What do you have to pay for?
Well, we have to pay for the flights. We have to pay for their hotels. You know, realistically, we're being there for a week, and we've got food and everything else to take care of. But it's not like we're taking a kid. You know, you don't want to just take your kid and go to Florida with some guy. You know,
families are coming.
Yeah, we would like to make enough money for the families to be able to go too, because you know this is beyond a point of pride for these families. You know, and so if we can raise enough money for the families to be able to go, it would I would really like that.
Now, what happens when this is done? I mean, could this competition be a springboard to even more?
When we were at the state championship, the last one that was in Heber, one of the coaches who was an Olympic coach, he walked up to me and he said, "I guarantee that he will be in the Olympics." And he was talking about one of the athletes from Vernal.
No way.
And he said, "I guarantee he will be in the Olympics." It's not just that, you know, they're good. They're not just technically sound. They're strong. They work hard, and that goes more than you can ever imagine. In 1999, the United States had 4,500 USAW registered members to draw for the Olympic team in. China had 5 million.
Oh my goodness.
The United States is currently ranked 30th in the world in weightlifting. As of right now, there's 450,000 weightlifters in the United States because of the CrossFit phenomenon, because all of a sudden you take people that have never had a bar in their hands, you know, you take kids who are just going to hang out and work out and burn off some energy, and we're starting to develop as a sport. And so you see it start to take off, and then you have these people who have coached Olympians who know what great lifting is, and then they tell us that realistically, we have a chance to have Olympians from Vernal in weightlifting.
That's so cool. And we've got a lot more to talk about this, especially how you might be able to help them get to that point, make a Vernal Olympian. First, we got to take a quick break. So stay with us. We'll be right back after this message from our sponsor, Strata Networks.
Strata Networks is proud to bring the first true 4G LTE network to the Uinta Basin. 4G LTE is the most powerful mobile broadband available anywhere in the world. With speeds up to 10 times faster than 3G, you can stay connected like never before. Video chat without delay, stream HD TV or movies in an instant, and download or upload in seconds. For details, visit us in Roosevelt or Vernal or call 622-5007. More speed, more power. 4G LTE, only from Strata Networks.
Welcome back to Local Point. Once again, I am joined here by Bobby Oosthuiveen. We're talking about the Vernal Youth Barbell Club and Neon Nights 5K event, which ties right into it, because when we left, we were talking about these kids and how phenomenally they're doing, and the potential that we have to have an Olympian come out of Vernal. But they've got to make it through some processes first, and that's going to cost some money. Getting the kids, all 5 of them, and possibly families, all the way to Florida to compete at the beginning of June?
Yeah.
Okay.
June 11th.
I mean, that's going to be some phenomenal costs there. So what can people do? What's being done to help raise funds for this?
Well, first of all, we have a raffle going, and actually the raffle drawings will take place on May 16th at the golf course at 8 o'clock at night, at the start of the Neon Nights 5K.
Okay.
But we have a raffle. We have a Can-Am 4-wheeler that part of it was donated by the Can-Am dealer here in town.
Okay.
Ridgeline Motorsports.
Okay.
And that we have an AR-15 that was purchased by one of our athletes' parents.
Okay.
And we're raffling those tickets off at Vernal CrossFit.
Okay, so you can go to Vernal CrossFit to buy those.
Yep, or at Marion's in Roosevelt, you can also get those.
Okay.
We've got a bunch of services that people have donated, massages. We have another gun, just stuff that we're auctioning off during the Neon Nights 5K.
Okay.
And just pretty much, we really would like people to buy 4-wheeler tickets, because it was a great big cost that we undertook, and we're hoping to make that worth it in the end.
Yeah. And then the actual 5K, when was that? You said it was May 16th?
May 16th.
Okay.
And it's going to be the first of its kind in Vernal. There's a lot of 5Ks, and there are a lot of them for great causes.
Sure.
This one is a little bit different because it's going to take place at 8 o'clock at night.
Oh.
And we're going to wind the course with tiki torches. We're going to have neon paint and neon glow-in-the-dark things, just to be different, but at the same time we want something to be fun. Something that people will come and enjoy. All of the proceeds that come from it are not just the proceeds, but every dollar that's made from it is going to go to this, help these kids make it to Florida.
And you're putting all this money into making the run happen, and then everything that comes in is going straight to helping these kids come in.
Absolutely.
Is there a specific cost to go, or is it based off of donations?
It's a specific cost to get into the race.
5K,
you mean?
yeah.
It's $20 to register, is it?
Okay.
And then we're going to have a bunch of stuff there. And I'm not going to set a set price on any of the neon stuff that's there. I'm going to have people for donations if to buy one of the glow in the dark bracelets or something like that. Just anything that's going to help these kids get some extra money to make it.
Sure. And you guys, besides this 5K, and you've got all of these raffle prizes and whatnot. How's it going so far?
We're making great progress, but realistically, we've made them a lot of money. We are probably only about halfway to what we really need to make, but it's a great big cost to get probably 15 people in Florida.
All the way to Florida.
And we have Daisha and I that are also going, but we're probably going to just pay our own ways so that make sure we have enough for the kids to go.
This is great. Where do you see this going after just this year? We've had like this explosion of these 5 kids.
Well, there's more than that. We have the Utah Junior State Championship is this next weekend. This May 4th. May 4th weekend.
Okay.
And we have 18 kids from Vernal CrossFit and Vernal Barbell team that are going.
Really?
So having so many kids from our little group going, this isn't just a 5-man team going. Those are just the 5 that qualified. There's a great big group supporting these kids, and they go in, they work together, they help each other. The best coaching that I've ever gotten has come from a 15-year-old kid.
Really?
And having somebody who sees little things, and as they've been doing this, like I said, they've been doing this for 2 years, as they've been watching each other and developing techniques and watching videos. Connor Brown, who's one of the most phenomenal athletes you'll ever see in your entire life, this is his sport. He could play baseball, he could play football, he could do any of these things, but Olympic weightlifting is his sport. The power that's exerted during the second pull of a clean and jerk is comparable to nothing else in sports. Nothing. The highest level that's measured in sports of wattage output is during the first push of a back squat when you're lifting regular weights, and it's measured at 550 watts. The second pull of a clean is measured at 5,500 watts. So it's 10 times the power exerted just off that's one lift. This in a sport in itself, it's just amazing.
And so maybe if people out there aren't familiar with what Olympic weightlifting is, if they haven't actually, watched it in the Olympics.
This is true.
Because quite honestly, there's not a whole lot of places that you can spectate this kind of a sport. But pretty much it all takes place on a barbell, like you have on your chest.
Yeah,
there, right?
Exactly. It's just a bar that it weighs 45 pounds, and with the clean and jerk, what you do is you take the bar from the ground and you catch it in a rack position, which is sitting up here on your shoulders, and you reset and you go from there and you go overhead. And then the Olympic snatch, you go from the ground overhead in one swift motion. And there's different levels of what CrossFit is. CrossFit accepts just get the bar above your head.
Right.
The Olympics don't accept that.
Right.
And none of these competitions accept that. It is one quick motion. There's no movement of the elbows. There's no movement in the feet. It's everything. It has to be exactly perfect. You have 3 judges judge you at once, and if you get one that says no, you're okay. But if you get 2 that say no, sorry, you missed out.
A lot of really specific finesse goes into that.
Exactly. And there's only the 2 lifts. There's the clean and jerk and the Olympic snatch, but there's so much power and there's so much much technique involved in it that it's amazing to watch people that are really good at it.
Well, we're out of time, but just to let everybody know again, this is the 5K run is on May 16th. Where was it again? It was
at the Dynaland Golf Course.
Dynaland Golf Course at 8 o'clock at night. $20 to register. Come run, support these kids. Let's get them to Florida. We could get ourselves an Olympian out of Vernal. Thank you so much for watching. VTV Channel 6. What's the name of the show? Local Point. That's right. Remember to like us on Facebook for updates on your favorite VTV program. We'll see you next time.